Alright, we're back. Sorry, I've been AFK. I should have mentioned that the spectator delay was counting down, so at least you had a rough ETA. Before I removed the fog of war, this is looking suspiciously like Arabia. And indeed, it is. Crow have changed their minds from the previous game. And this time we see Huns, Mayans and Mongols. And interestingly, it's... I think it was Kazuma that went Chinese, wasn't it, in the last game? And this time it's not him picking the Mongols that were missing in the last game. It's actually Joel who was purple before. Fire's saying good luck to someone on his team to slam. Wonder what that is. What have I missed? Slam says what's Civ Migo? Look at this. It's last game says doubt. Fire says no. We must play all four. Doubt's mad at Viper for not playing. I think Doubt doesn't want to actually play all these games. Oh dear. Anyway, let's investigate the Civ positions. I'm over Slam and he's playing on the flank, so let's start with him. He's playing Mongol's flank once again in the red colour, so exactly the same as the last game for him. And in the pocket this time it's Fire Mine's pocket. In that situation against the better team he'd probably end up slinging. But we'll have to see. At least he's swapped with Doubt here, so Fire and Doubt gonna mix up their gameplay for this evening and not just play the same civs all consecutively. Doubt's gonna go Huns, and he's gonna be on the flank with pretty open map on the front. Not really closable completely across the front. There's almost nothing on the right hand side to the south. Still got access to plenty of wood though, so he's in the teal as pretty much always. Then facing off against him is going to be Kill in green, playing as the Mayans. Yeah, his map, it's kind of open-ish as well. The places where he might close it off are quite far away from his base. And it's really far wood lines again. Is this normal Arabia? Yeah, it's just... there's some interesting generations we've seen in the previous game. This one and the previous one where the wood lines are just really far away for some players. And then in the pocket is Kazuma's Huns, so finally the Crow team has nice positions for some of their civilizations. Huns, Mines and Mongols, Hun pocket is the best to have there, I think. And then Joel rounds out the civs playing as Mongs. Said Mongs because he said it there, Mongols. In the blue colour facing off against Slam in a Mongol war. How's his map looking? Pretty decent actually, nice back gold, wooden back in the back, and his main stone is quite close as well. But his extra golds are way forward. That's actually his gold, I think, and it's closer to Slam. Is that it? Looking on the map, yeah, I think so. 1, 2, 3, third for Slam. So yeah, not the greatest map across the front for Joel. It's not one that you can really close off, and as Mongols you like to take that more boomy oriented approach to get up to the Imperial Age and get your Mongol Death Machine army. I'm not too sure about this mill. I think that would have been a better spot. But anyway, small details. That's never decided a match. So are we going to get drushes from either flank here? Slam's on his way to the feudal age, so presumably going to do scouts, and that's going to be hitting the feudal age at 856. This time he's done a 20 pop scout rush with interesting. Kazuma's trying to block Fire's baller, but it gets too close to the TC, and he won't be able to do that. But yeah, Slam with the 20 pop scout rush, 1 pop lower than the previous game, and that's going to be super fast. He's pushed all his deer in here. You can see that's still finishing off 1 as well, and he'll be in good shape. Shouldn't see Drush for Joel. He's probably going to click up now, but we can just see the difference here. He's going up 8:05-ish on 21 pop, so I think that's a vil behind roughly the time. I think 22 pop with that time should be fairly achievable. So
yes,
he's a vil behind and more than a minute behind his opponent, so that's just like the skill difference in a nutshell there, playing the same civs. And one reason for that, of course, is the Slam pushing on his deer, and Joel's are right out here that haven't been taken. Yeah, Slam's real name is Chris. There are lots of Chris's in AOC. PL Jamjack as well as the obvious the Chris. There are somebody else as well. So, quite a few others. What do we see on the right hand side? From
yes.
Hill. Starting to do an interesting looking wall off here. He's probably going to wall to his TC. Barracks is going down, and he's going up to the feudal age on 25 population. So lots of gold as well. So it looks like he's going to do 25 pop archer rush is what I'm expecting to come out for him. He's so far away from Doubt though. In order to get his archers to there, that's going to be a long transit time. And Doubt's base is fairly shielded. A little bit of walling here, and he's going to be quite okay. Doubt's going to go scouts on the flank here. 3 villagers building a stable, getting double bit axe horse collar, and he'll start to drop some farms, get that scout production going. Joel's going to really close in his map tightly across the front of his base. Might even pick a vil from Slamp here, but no, his scout's a bit too damaged when there are 2 vils there. He's just trying to be annoying. And Slam is going to scout rush the pocket because Joel is kind of half protected from scouts by the wall across the front. Let's see if how much of that's... Oh! Slam has not found his enemy. That's a bizarre error to make if you're Slam. And that's the kind of thing that can cost you if you're playing against good teams. I mean, imagine if this was... They were playing against SY and this was Yo, completely undetected by Slam. And, Yo's preparing a sizable attack for him. And Slam's just like, what? Where does this come from? You'd think the players would be communicating to each other, though, in the team, like, pocket Fire saying, like, where his opposing pocket is. What does Fire see? Yeah, they've both scouted it. Look, Slam, where is my guy? You have to think that if they weren't playing such a comfortable win here, then they'd be a lot more concerned about the fact that they'd only found 2 guys on the map between them on TeamSpeak. Maybe they're not on TeamSpeak for these games. So blue scouts are going to go around and hit Slam, and now Slam is going to realise that he's playing against blue and not against the yellow pocket. And a couple of his vils will go down here, potentially. Spearman is there to try and fight back against this in conjunction with the vils, but blue wants to take the fight. He's going to focus down the Spearman, and that will maybe allow him to get a couple more vils. No. Not really, going down to 2 scouts now, 1 severely injured, not going to be able to take the fight. So Slam, having realised the error of his ways, is now going to double back to where his enemy is. He's finally found his enemy. He's finally found his opposing flank at minute 15.5, and he's going to do damage because those vils on the gold are unprotected. Spearman's in close vicinity, but a little bit out of position to actually protect those vils and stop some of them at least from going down. Blue's actually made a lot of scouts because we saw him lose 2 or 3 here. And he's still up to another, it's up to 6. Again, and actually 8 military. Yeah, that's 2 spears though, isn't it? Yeah. So he's made at least 8 scouts. And now he's doing bloodlines. This is a heavy feudal play. Yeah, he's going to need to do some damage with this. But right now he's suffering some damage at home. Slam has achieved comparatively a lot more with fewer scouts. If you factor in the damage he's done not only to blue but to the yellow pocket as well. But as all those bloodline scouts move in on the wood line, and there's only 1 spear for protection, Slam won't want to be fighting this particularly. Maybe he checked those scouts and realised the bloodlines and thought, better not stick around and Vil War this. 1 scout does come though, and also tower going up on the gold. Slam's on his way to Castle Age, whereas Joel's going to be stuck there for ages. Look at this, 100 food. Meanwhile, on the right hand side, Kill's 2-range archer feudal play has mainly stayed at home. Small skirmish with Doubt scouts here, but nothing too much going on. Looks like possible Kill may have lost a villager or 2 here with 7 deaths, but it's probably just some archers and a scout for the most part. Spearman, maybe. Keep an eye on this. Slam losing a few vills, but will clean it up with his own scouts. No bloodlines for him though, so still a difficult fight for him to take. Kill's gonna be fighting against Doubt, who has bloodlines, forging, and scale barding armor done. Those archers had no match for that, even in the numbers. So 2 spears need to get into the fray at the very least there. See what's going on here. Nothing much, just X's coming out from the Crow team. Doubt Scout's running into far too many spears now. 4 spears in that area and he's gonna get out of there. Take a look. Doubt, still only 100 food. Got a lot of farms though, so that will kick in towards 800 really quickly if he cuts the scout production, but he's not, he's going double sable scouts. Doubt's having some fun here. We saw at the start of the game he was like, oh my god, I've really got to play 4, so he's not going to play standard, he's going to enjoy himself and just go full scouts on his opponent. Needs to mass them up a little bit more though, I think. Charging in against spears there, he's lost quite a few, and he could have taken that fight more cleanly. Seems these guys aren't on TeamSpeak at all, with the text chat that they're doing. How's Kill doing? Terribly long way from Castle Age also, just 200 food. So this is going to be full feudal on the right hand side for a long time to come. Joel's managed to kick up to Castle Age, but his opponent Slam is already there and dropping 1 TC there on the wood line. And actually, villager count's not terribly different between Slam and Joel. Joel will fall a little bit behind on the villager count whilst the Castle Age is being researched though. Yellow Knight's starting to help out at the Crow cause at Doubt's base, but fires here with some plumes already. And those knights are even running away from the scouts because there are such a number of them, also retreating to where the archers are, and now they should turn and take the fight. Fire doesn't have a lot here in terms of numbers. Watkin done. Green needs to get these archers firing more productively though. They're just walking around like he'd probably been better off just keeping those back and helping to shoot up the scouts, and then the knights can chase down the plumes. But nonetheless, Crow maybe still could do some damage here. Probably not though. Feudal archers versus plumes with Bodkin. I'm just looking at the fact that there are knights in here, but they have only +1 armor versus bloodlines and really not enough knights. I think if there had been maybe 3 or 4 more knights here from Kazuma, then Crow could have done some damage there, but just not quite enough in the end. Fire brought a few more plumes, and that really changed it. The Slam going knights actually on the flank. 2 stables, 2 CCs. Yellow players knights running away with their tails between their legs, even as their friend goes on by. It's okay to take this fight now, but as soon as Fire's plumes catch up, won't want to hang around there. Why is Doubt not casting? Well, our budget couldn't stretch to that, unfortunately. Our budget of precisely actually £0. That's all it took to buy me. Go Corvinos. I guess that means crows, doesn't it? Corvus is crow, isn't it, in Latin? Go crows. Fire, does he have a hold? No, he doesn't have a hold to slip through there. 71 vills though for Fire, that's really impressive. He's boomed up so much. He's racing ahead of everyone in the game. Kill's doing okay though, he's got the same villagers basically as Doubt his flank, although. And by the time Doubt hits the castle age, we'll be basically identical. Oh no, they're both going to the castle age, never mind. But he should still be able to get an extra villain in that difference. But it has to be said, Doubt hasn't been playing entirely seriously. He was on 3 stable scouts and continues to produce. It's going to be full light cap from him by the looks of it, although he's going to gold, so maybe he will actually start doing knights and just produce scouts on the way, because he's got such a big farming economy. It just makes sense to keep on producing units. Otherwise he'd arrive in the castle age floating like 1,000 food. The Blue Knight's being driven away, they won't want to hang around. I think Slam is still going to have... No, they've got the same upgrades, okay. But Slam's still with slightly better numbers, but 1 monk in there. And I think I even... Yeah, Spearman as well, so Slam very much able to take the initiative here. But wow, another 6 or so knights for Blue. Might be able to turn this around. Slam's going to push with Rams. I like to see this. I said in the previous game, Castle Age aggression from TyRanT. You know, make the most of their superiority instead of waiting for the Imperial Age to finish it. Huge amount of light cap. You don't see this very often. But I guess it's a testament to the kind of game we're witnessing here. Where the TyRanTs are feeling just like at liberty to do whatever strategy they want. Oh, look how it's going over here with Slam. It's taken down. What was that? I can't remember. But yeah, the Knights' numbers aren't quite there for Blue. I mean, they possibly could be. There are 23 military on the field for him. Oh yeah, the rest of them are here. This is what's causing it. 5 or so spears patrolling in the back. Alright, light cav time. Let's see how they do. Being cut down by crossbowmen as that many cavalry can't fit through the breach here. But plumes on the hill behind there will make short work of the crossbowmen. +1 armour done though. Same for Fire actually. But plumes on the hill advantage is so powerful. And Blue's got to launch a counter-offensive against Slam. I don't know if how wise this is, whether those knights after raiding Slam might return home to find that they don't have a base left, but we'll have to see. Meanwhile, the light cav seem to be facing their destiny at the hands of spearmen. Fire has had a really good time here actually. And he's going to be poised to get elite blue archer pretty quickly, if he hasn't already. May have missed that. No, not just yet, getting conscription. And actually coinage, she leather archer armour for +2 armour coming in. With Bracer done, those plumes really do start to do a lot of damage against Castle Age Knights. But Doubt's here with some Knights as well. They kind of switched their attention from green. Pulled some of Yellow's army out of position as well. Now slammed in with his push on the left. Doesn't seem to have sustained any losses there. A few Knights and their monks and the initial siege that he made are still present. Blue's got a good number of units to defend with, but as long as he takes the fight correctly, and he's still got quite a lot of Knights forward as well. Doesn't seem like they did too much damage back at Slam's base, though. We only see a few villager corpses, and Slam's putting out camels to defend. Really getting ahead of his opponent in villager numbers. He's 25 villagers ahead of Blue. Slam. But the big fight's kicking off. I think Blue had the numbers if he grouped all of his army together, but some of it was forward as we see, and Slam getting camels into the fight as well. Taking it comfortably, and that will mean that he's got free reign to continue the push with the rams. More Knights coming home from Blue, well, for Blue, but is it too late? After Slam took that fight comfortably, probably not a good time to go in there. And GG, being called by green, even though he's the one who's not really under too much attack. He did lose a lot here, of course, but Yellow, the pocket player, is just dying. Doubt with Knights is taking down the TC. Elite Plume would come in for fire sooner rather than later, although he seems to be focusing on all the other upgrades first. And those things just Bracer plus chemistry, basically one-shotting Knights almost. Pretty strong. So TyRanT 3-0, and we'll head into the final game as soon as the players are ready. Convincing as we expected once again.
Yes.